The judge in Fani Willis's YSL RICO trial just got destroyed in his own courtroom. Defense attorney Brian Steele, he is staying true to his name because he's showing us that he's got guts out there in Fulton County. Now, you guys may be aware that Fani Willis's team in this case had a secret meeting with one of the key witnesses together with the judge. So the meeting was shared to Brian Steele, and he questioned why nobody told the defense team about this. So the judge, of course, he looked embarrassed, and he said that this was an ex parte conversation. However, this does not explain why they had to have such a meeting. Brian Steele almost went to jail for this because he rejected the judge's order to give him the name of the person who shared this information with him.
That's attorney-client privilege information. I am not
attorney-client privilege. Unless you were in my chambers, that's the only way you can figure out.
The attorney for Young Thug had a long, heated exchange with Judge Judge Glanville. The judge gave Brian Steele 5 minutes to disclose where he learned of the meeting in the judge's chambers with prosecutors. At issue is this star witness for the state, Kenneth Copeland. He spent the weekend in jail after refusing to testify on Friday. Copeland reluctantly took the stand today, but dodged many questions. After a lunch break, Steele said he learned that prosecutors allegedly told Copeland that he could be in jail for the duration of the trial, and even until all 26 defendants have their cases disposed of. Steele said, if true, that's coercion and witness intimidation. Young Thug's other attorney, Keith Adams, said if Steele is removed, he could not continue with the proceedings.
And now Brian Steele has taken off the gloves, guys, because Judge Ural Glanville, he wanted him at the Fulton County Jail for no less than 20 days. But the Georgia Supreme Court embarrassed him and basically said that Steele would be granted bond. Now, many critics are now saying that the DA's office is working hand in hand with this judge. Now, again, this is raising concerns of corruption within Fulton County's justice system. Very similar to what Donald Trump's defense team has been saying all along in this election interference case. But check out what Steele had to say about this prosecution's underhanded trick. And I also want you to pay very close attention to what happens when the prosecution, aka DA Fani Willis's team, objects to what Steele is saying. By the way, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, take a listen.
Would like the court to look into the appropriateness, Mr. Copeland, to my observations around your courtroom, outside your courtroom on breaks, is surrounded by several members of law enforcement, the district attorney's office, and prosecutors, potentially other persons. I don't know why a sitting witness under oath is in a room with prosecutors during breaks, mornings, afternoons. It's totally inappropriate. There are people who are in your court's door. There's a double door where the court sits to its right that aligns with the witness chair. And I noticed people standing there in law enforcement while Mr. Copeland is testifying. He's making eye contact with them. I don't know if they're his brother. My point to you is this: what gives anybody the right to surround a witness? He's not in custody. And bring a witness. I'm sure Mr. Copeland didn't say to the prosecutors, I don't know this, Your Honor, so if you think I'm wrong, then just strike it from your memory. But I'm sure he didn't say, hey, you guys want to hang out in this room a little while? So I believe that he is being led on a tether by the prosecutors, and it is coercion. It is inappropriate. And why would anybody not be recording everything he said? And why do I have to get it in drips and drabs? So I am objecting to the tactics of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office and whomever else they may have employed with a citizen, regardless of what the court may think of him or the prosecutors think.
I don't have any thoughts. So please don't put that in. Please don't put that in in the ether. Okay, but that's what you just said, sir.
The ether is
okay.
Clear. The court wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it either. So why is it happening? He's a.
So I have no interest other than I'm a referee.
Well, you're the referee who spoke with the witness without my presence.
Mr. Steele, we're not gonna get into that right now.
Well,
okay?
my point is, how is he being treated here? And why don't I have all this? And why is this going on? What an unfair trial for Mr. Williams. Think about it. If you were accused, Your Honor, and the judge met with this witness, with the prosecutor, and you sat next to me and Mr. Adams, you would say to us, what kind of case is this? Now he's being surrounded with all this law enforcement. I pointed.
Your Honor, we're going to object that this.
I'm not going to be interrupted.
Mr. Steele, hold on. No, but Mr. Steele, Mr. Steele.
Yes, sir. What?
Okay.
I want to finish. I'm making a record for the court to understand. And
Well, Mr. Steele.
I've never been interrupted in a court except for this one.
As soon as Chief Deputy District Attorney Adrian Love objected to what Steele was saying, the judge quickly shut down Steele. He even said afterwards that it was Steele who was being inappropriate. How corrupt is Fulton County under Fani Willis? Because this is unbelievable, guys. And many experts agree that Steele is right. This is an unfair trial. And it's again very similar to what they've been doing with former President Donald Trump. Some analysts have called out Judge Glanville about his referee comment. And what's up with that earring that he rocks in the courtroom? Is that professional? Is that becoming of a judge? Now, many argue that referees are sometimes paid to determine the outcome of a game. But of course, this only works for referees that agree to be paid. Because think about this. They're having meetings with a key witness, and they don't want the defense team to know about this conversation that they're having. That is a clear sign of corruption, and it should probably push this case to a mistrial, as Fani Willis's team is not going by the book at this point. This is not at all fair. And to make it worse for the defense team, the judge is agreeing to these conversations. In fact, he was inside the courtroom when they had this ex parte conversation. Further into the proceedings, Judge Glanville pretty much took the side of Fani Willis's team. Mr. Steele is obviously going into this fight with a handicap because it's 2 versus 1. Now, what's crazy here is that the district attorney's office has blatantly lied in court, but nothing happened to them. Steele points out a secret meeting and he's going to jail. Now, even as Steele cites facts, the judge pushes back and calls them assertions instead, that he's only saying this because he's frustrated with what's happening. Well, if you're going up against a prosecution that seemingly got the judge behind them, you would be frustrated too. And after everything that was said by the defense, the prosecution team, they just said that everything should be removed from the court's records. Unbelievable, guys. And Steele, he looks like he's in this for the long haul because he's pushing to have these statements on record. He wants the records to show that both the judge and Fani Willis's prosecution team held ex parte conversations without their knowledge, that law enforcement from the district attorney's office is making eye contact with a key witness while he testifies, and that all of this is being done inside Judge Glanville's courtroom is unfair. Legal experts are already expecting an appeal because this is clearly a one-sided battle. Now, Fulton County has a chance to show their justice system is fair based on this appeal. However, many believe that this might not happen with DA Fani Willis at the helm. But what do you guys think? And since we've been talking about Willis this entire time, you guys should definitely check out a previous video I did. I'll leave a link for you guys in the description down below this video, where it gives us an update on what's happening with the DA, especially her former lover, Nathan Wade, who was literally pulled from an interview because he was about to get Willis disbarred. So make sure to check out that video right after this one. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing and sharing the video, and I'll see you on the next one.